So you guys are on tour with the Floozies right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna want to lobotomize me after this. Okay. Mary Kill, Grizz, Pretty Lights, Big Gigantic.
I really personally feel in my soul that like the starving artist is a choice.
Yeah.
Get busy. Get uncomfortable.
But you know, identicals don't run in families. It's black magic.
The only people that we have ever played tricks on
Yeah.
are police officers.
You two laughing together is like, I feel like I'm on acid a couple of times. Welcome to the
Are we out
closet,
here?
guys.
Hi.
Yeah,
Hi.
the biggest closet maybe ever. Well, no, not ever.
No,
we were just
I
in
know.
Miami with a lot of big closets.
Literally. Actually, one of my my friends, her husband, like took over her closet for her shoes. And I've never seen like a girl
Strictly?
give. Okay, so there's two big closets. He took a whole one for all his shoes, so they split the other one clothes-wise. Like she's not a girl who's like that crazy about it, but I was like,
All right.
couldn't catch me doing that.
I just,
Like,
I would never ask a woman to do that.
yeah, no, he has a lot of shoes though.
Oh my
It's
God.
fucking
Oh my
weird.
God, shoes.
Oh my God, shoes.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite fucking. Yeah.
Let me put my shoes in your
I think
closet.
we're all in that age range where we know all the classics.
I know.
YouTube
The
classics.
YouTube classics?
classics.
The
yes,
good
yes, yes,
ones.
yes, yes.
Or like
Good ones.
E-Bombs World,
Oh
Imgur,
my
like all
God.
the
We could have a whole podcast just about E-bombs.
E-bombs world.
Okay, yes, you guys are on our level. We make like jokes to each other, and like no one else gets them. I'm like, Nick,
Yeah.
Jo-
No, I
Are you
was
about
gonna
to-
say something
are we
that's such
just
a
gonna-
rabbit
It's a
hole.
whole podcast
I was like,
of
just
Nick.
Yeah,
Stop
let's do
it.
it.
podcast for another
Bonus
time.
bonus DVD features.
Yeah, right. It's just us riffing E-Bombs
Fucking
World.
E-bombs world.
Oh my God, let's get it started. You guys, welcome back to the Saucy Sibz podcast. I'm your host, Francesca,
And I'm Nicodemus.
and we have MZG Music here. We have Charles and Zach.
Nailed it.
No, I mean, I know you guys are part now, but you know I have tricks.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, she's got
I have tricks, guys.
All right.
So
right.
we'll give you a little background and then I'll give you my tricks. So are you going to introduce them?
No, you're good. Well, I
just felt like I was like talking.
No, you're fine.
So you guys are artists, producers, DJs, touring right now with the Floozies.
Yep.
Yes.
What else in your? What am I missing here?
I mean, you know, everyone is a content creator and video
Yes.
editor now, so
Yeah.
that too.
That too.
I mean that's like a given.
Yeah,
Prada wearing.
yeah. You know, it's Prada or nada. Prada.
I love it.
Yeah.
And identical twins.
yes.
That's
That's what MZG stands for, everyone.
It's
Monozygotic.
Yeah.
monozygotic.
monozygotic. Yeah.
The monozygotic genome.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks we're twins. We're not. We are not.
Not at all.
Like, it's-
Not the fraternal twins.
But it's giving twin.
I know.
It does. 'Cause it's so funny though when we like heard of you guys first and then became friends with you. It was like, oh, like they live, work, and hang out with their sibling. Like it's
Yeah.
very rare.
It
Yeah.
is.
So it makes sense. You guys being
most siblings
twins.
are like, get away from me.
Yeah.
We're like, no, wait.
Mhm.
Let's work.
Did you guys
Let's
ever
cook.
notice? Did you guys ever notice, like when you were younger, like you were just like, oh, I hate, you're just like irked by your sibling, and then you got older, you're like, this motherfucker, all right. That was literally like how it developed.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
for us,
Interesting.
you know what I mean?
Interesting.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, we definitely like we clashed more when we were younger, and then like as we got older, we're like, I think we could like team up and really make a thing out of this.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's kind of a question we wanted to ask you. Is like, have you guys always been close? Because Francesca and I have
no, not really.
not at all.
It's very very phasey.
We were
Okay.
Phasey.
we were very
It's for real.
This is
Like-
just a phase. This right here.
we were very we
like,
were
yeah.
distant, you know, like I was really on a surfing career path when I was younger.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No way.
and I was doing videos.
And Charles was doing videos, and he was very into fitness.
Yeah.
And we were just what seemed to be like not polar opposites, but definitely opposite enough.
Opposite
Yeah.
ends of the pendulum.
Yeah, definitely. And then honestly, music brought us together. I'll never forget. I learned how to play like a song at like scout camp on guitar, and I was like, this is like awesome because I hated music for a long time. You know
Right.
what I mean, I played violin and just like with my long neck that I already have, I was just like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I just like listening to it, and I just learned how to play a song, and I showed Charles. I was like, check this out. And like, it was like when we were 14. And that honestly brought us together more or less.
No, bro, we was like 12. We were like young. We
I
were
guess so.
oh,
I'm
no,
just
no, no,
throwing
no,
it
no, no.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
13. We'll go with 13.
We'll go 13.
Into the specifics of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that music really brought us together. So
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Oh,
I was literally surfer, bro.
Surfer Bro.
No way. Yeah.
Super,
Yeah.
super.
I definitely was as well, but I wasn't as like competitive as he was. Like he was
Yeah.
like, you were like going for
I
it.
was cooking.
Yeah.
I was like, it was
That's
like
cool.
Remember the kids like.
There's only one rich guy in surfing, Kelly Slater.
Do you remember like travel ball, like back in like high school?
Yeah, yeah, like people do
travel
soccer and
I did that
yeah.
with surfing. I traveled.
Wow.
Yeah, it was and that was like my whole like bag before I got into like music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It still is my bag. I still love it.
Yeah.
I was doing like film camps and stuff, like
Film
goofy
camps.
shit like that.
Okay.
Just like just making videos that stink. You know what I'm saying? Just like they stunk on ice, but like it was like just
Yeah.
like the passion that I had, and I feel like thank God that we were in a content driven era now because we're
Yeah.
I'm like sitting there like I know how to use Premiere. I know how to use After
No, that's so
Effects.
nice.
I
I
can
wish.
design.
'Cause- Wait, where are you guys from? Because I love that those are like not hobbies that you get from the Midwest. No one's in film and no one's surfing.
Where
Florida.
Florida.
And
Okay.
so I went to film camps in like Orlando,
Okay.
like at
Yeah.
Universal and stuff like that. So they had like camps and stuff like that you could go to like learn how to like make shit, content
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Because I like sang and dance and like acted. So like my mom had me in like theater stuff, but I almost went to like we call them magnet schools. Is that
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
we're
universal
familiar.
term?
What was
So
the
the-
magnet school called?
It was
Douglas
called
Anderson.
Douglas Anderson.
Yeah.
The only one around us though was like inner city St. Louis, and we lived like way out in the suburbs. And my parents
Okay.
were like, we went and toured it, and they were like, "This is what she wants to do," but it's
Are we
the only
are
one.
we busing our darlings to the inner city?
No, exactly. They're like, we can't do it. Like it's just like St. Louis like is not that safe downtown.
Oh, you guys
So-
are
Oh,
from
no.
St. Louis. Huh?
St.
Yeah.
Louis.
Big foodie town, but there's some areas
It's one of my
there where
favorite-
I
you're
mean,
like,
it's the most dangerous city in America.
yeah, it's
sometimes.
one.
It's like one of my favorite films, Meet Me in St. Louis.
Wait,
Judy
never-
Garland.
wow, thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm a thespian. That's what I grew up
Yep.
doing, and
We
so
were
like,
also
we were
in-
drama
we
kids
were in
still in
drama
high
kids.
school.
fuck yeah. And so like Meet Me in St. Louis, that was like such a big part of my
Sure,
like, schooling.
Judy Garland. you know,
Yeah,
that-
Judy Garland.
Wait, I love it. The thespians were all in the closet
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
a fucking.
In
It's
the
like,
closet.
you could have seen it coming.
We're
Like,
going
maybe
back
we
into the
didn't
closet to
somehow.
talk about our
We got-
closet.
Yeah.
Back in the closet.
I belong in the closet.
Wait, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Bootstrapping it. We're out here talking about lights and shit. Microphones.
Almost every Christmas we watch
Nerds.
Mimi in St. Louis
No
with our mom. And
way.
yeah. It's been like a classic movie that we grew up on.
That warms my heart. Francesca, it kills me that you haven't seen it.
So-
like have yourself a merry little Christmas. There's
Judy
like,
Garland, she was
I
on that
know.
good speed and just like singing like out of her mind.
out of her mind,
He
just
grew up-
nailing every note.
Yeah.
That trench warfare Adderall. I swear.
The trench warfare speed.
They all go to the St. Louis for the 1904 World's Fair, and it's
Okay.
like meet me in St. Louis.
Okay.
Meet me at the fair.
Do you know the conspiracies about the 1904 World Fair?
Oh my god.
That's the only thing I know.
Red Pill.
Are we,
I'm like,
are we
it's-
going gluten free like blogger on you?
Yeah. No, like I've been like, Nick, should we turn this into a conspiracy podcast? I started talking conspiracies last podcast, and they're the only ones going viral on TikTok. I'm like,
Dude.
Oh, you
all-
gotta love that.
Yeah, it's
been two
it's
episodes now.
clickbaity.
It's shock value. It's
It
what
is
people
shock
look for. You know what I mean?
but it's been kind of weird because like we brought up like conspiracies like 2 episodes ago, and I thought like, oh, people are gonna hate this, but it's probably gonna do well. People have been like, you're so fucking right, and I was like, Francesca, you're getting so much love on TikTok right now.
I would
a
have
little
been surprised.
conspiracy goes a long way.
No, I know.
A lot does.
Because I've kept this under wraps. Like, if you know me, like I'm like hardcore, like tinfoil hat, like off. Like I'll start talking like Tartaria on you if you know the mud floods.
Not even. I don't even know.
It's
what-
a rabbit hole.
what we're talking about.
But like I'm so far, and Nick's like, Francesca, this is not political. This is not a crazy podcast. Like keep it under wraps. I say just a little bit about like don't wear sunscreen, and we found our people.
Yeah, they're all just like, girl,
That's
you
awesome.
fucking get it.
Sunscreen is worse than the sun.
Yes.
Facts.
No,
100%.
literally.
you guys
Facts,
are from
no
Florida.
printer.
Yeah.
We busting for real.
You know, I think maybe that like you know how they say that like millennials are looking better than Gen Z. Like Gen Z is looking really old. I'm like,
Interesting. I
Why?
haven't heard that.
Have you
Yes.
seen this?
No,
Dude,
you guys.
no.
It's
The Gen Zs are not
crazy.
looking good.
So we're all from St.
Really?
Louis. We're from Florida. Gen Zs, how are they looking?
Oh, yeah. You guys,
Dude.
not great. Like they're looking older almost than the millennials. And I wonder if it's because the millennials.
I think it's the iPhones.
The blue light in
iPhones
the
and
face.
the blue light.
Yeah.
Also, a lot more preservatives. They have a lot more shit sprayed on their food. Also, they all spent their childhoods inside. We
On
were
iPads.
tanning.
Yeah, on iPads.
It
We
was
were
the,
in
I
tanning
don't-
beds, not outside.
it was the-
theories.
It was the hose water.
Yeah.
Wait, that's great.
It was the hose water.
Yeah,
that
we were
kept
playing in
us
creeks.
Yeah.
You know, on trampolines. I really think it's the
Trampolines.
trampolines
Wait,
for
those
us
are really good
millennials.
for you.
creeks,
Trampolines are good for you?
hose
No, like
water,
rebounders. So the whole like
sock 'em boppers.
Soccer
Yeah.
just punch me in the fucking
We
face.
got it. We got it out. It was a stress reliever. You know,
Yeah.
it's like our stress balls, but you know, on our fists.
actually
and we're
getting
just,
out
like,
aggression
fighting
is
as
a big
8-year-olds.
thing with health.
Absolutely.
totally.
Yeah, like energetically, like people don't hit
Yeah.
things anymore. They don't
Well,
yell.
well, it's like
We
a-
keep it all in. It
I
like
think
festers.
outlets are just major.
Well, sitting there doom scrolling as like a 12-year-old is probably not like the best thing for your like
you imagine?
I
physical health. or
Yeah.
I
mental-
sat on top of the transformer. That's why we look great. we
I'm electric right now.
crisscross applesauce on the transformer.
Playing
I
truth
know,
or dare.
And
I
they're
used
just
to
like,
throw Nick in the electric fence.
no,
We did that a couple times.
And
You
that-
never got thrown in.
no.
Now, isn't that amazing? Sometimes you just realize as a kid, I was a hellion. I was not good.
No, we would wrestle each other down and put
Not
the
good. Horrible things.
the like invisible fence, like dog collar,
Uh-huh.
on each other, and then throw them in the
Like we were
like in the
bad
front
people
yard.
at a
Yeah,
certain
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I was a ghoul when I was 10 years old. Like a straight
I was
up
just a
ghoul.
horrible person.
Yeah.
Wait, do you guys have siblings?
No, we don't.
No.
Oh,
Just you two.
Yeah.
Just us two.
Your parents are like 2 and done.
Well,
Yeah.
so this is an interesting story.
It's like we do and we don't.
Nothing about like having another sibling. Just like Charles and I are like a different, like interesting set of identical twins. So I was 8 pounds, and
Okay.
so was he.
Okay.
And it's usually identical twins are premature,
Yeah.
but
Oh, I
we
guess
shared. We
We had
same
the
pla-
same sack.
We had the same.
We had the same amniotic sac. Two
But we
different
shared.
placentas.
But we, no. We
Yes.
shared a placenta. Had 2 amniotic sacs.
No.
One or the other.
No, that's not how it is.
All right.
Same amniotic sac, 2 placentas. The placentas
Wait.
are the feeding tubes, correct?
The placenta is
It's
what's
the- on
in
the outside.
it's like
It's the whole thing that feeds
Charles,
the baby.
we
2
I-
placentas.
We had 2 placentas, which made my mother like feed.
You know what I'm
extra.
talking about, like the feeding tube.
I know
Yeah,
what
I
it
know what
is.
the placenta is.
We
I
had our
didn't know
own.
that identical twins had separate ones.
Oh well, so they
So
don't.
your
They
mom-
usually share both, but we each had a separate one.
Our own placenta, but we're in the same sac.
same amniotic sac. So yeah, well, it's
it's like more rare.
it's
Well,
rare.
it's like rare, but you
It's
know,
rare, but what it does is it makes my mom have to like feed.
I was
2
gonna say,
people
was she just
double time.
eating, like-
What
Yes,
was mom
but
eating? She was like, I was drinking Coca-Colas and
It was
there's a
Hose
specific-
water.
There's no hose water.
and you get 2 DJs.
it was a sandwich, potbelly sandwich,
Potbelly sandwiches,
Potbelly.
and then there was like
Alright.
a specific
like-
cake, like a pie.
a pie.
Like
She's-
oatmeal
she's-
cream pie?
No.
That was one that I know.
Oh
Mom
man,
ate.
But-
mom is gonna
But-
kill us for not knowing this.
But she was
Yeah.
our mother's. She was tall, slender lady. She must have been 125 pounds soaking wet. She was like
She'll kill you.
180.
She was 118.
She was very tall, slender lady.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like there's just pictures, and it
Yeah.
doesn't.
She
look
had one of
real.
those Jessica Simpson pregnancies.
It just doesn't look real. It was a
Wow.
labor of love for her. Like she was very
Yeah.
close. She was close to like death at certain points. It
Wow.
was bad.
Yeah.
So we were like,
no, multiples are always
we
dangerous.
were literally first and last.
we're first. and last.
Yeah.
Last.
She was, she was just done. She's like, I can't do it anymore.
I mean, yeah, you can't like risk that again.
No,
if you're like,
she was like, that's enough for me.
but you know, identicals don't run in families. That's not
We do
genetic.
not.
No,
We are
we're the
an
first.
anomaly.
Yeah, we're the first in our whole situation.
Because
But
it's
it
black
won't-
magic. Wait, can you say that? So,
Yeah.
like,
Okay. So, and I know I've said this to you guys in person, but so fraternal twins can run in families. So if you're like, oh, my family has twins, blah, blah, blah. Identical twins don't run in families at all.
Because it's not like a fertile myrtle thing.
No,
it's like
it's black magic.
It's a mutation.
Yeah, it's like
A
so
glitch in
you're-
the matrix.
Yes, because like every time like there's cells and they're dividing, like okay, this is a kidney cell, and
a copy.
okay, we need to divide again, and this is like a bladder cell,
yeah.
and then we need to divide again, and they're like, it'd be fucking hilarious is if we divided ourselves and we became another human,
Yes.
and then just split, and they
It's
they
weird.
don't know why.
It's weird. You have to like divide cells to make a multiple. Weird.
Yeah, it just
And a
but,
hush
like,
falls
so she
across
had,
the room.
she had to deliver 2 humans and then 2 placentas.
Well, it was cesarean
No.
section. This poor woman, she couldn't.
Oh,
Oh,
C-section.
they're like,
yeah.
No, I mean like we were 8.5 pounds apiece. So it's
Yeah.
like
that is
it's a lot of
very
baby
rare.
weight. I mean, like, with the placentas, amniotic sac, us two, so just close to like 70 pounds, 80 pounds of like baby weight.
Baby weight, yeah.
And she was very tall, like slender woman.
Yeah.
How tall are your parents?
She's
You guys
our
are
mom's
tall.
5'9", 5'10".
Okay, I'm 5'9".
Dad's 5'11".
Dad's 5'11".
But all
You
the
guys
men
are really tall.
all the men on our mom's side were all 6'4", 6'5".
and
Okay.
our cousins, the girls, they're 16,
Yeah.
2 apiece.
Oh.
Oh,
They're tall ladies.
man.
They're
So we get the height from the Bones side of the family.
Yeah.
mother's maiden name is Bones.
Yeah.
They're just tall ladies.
Bones.
Yeah.
Okay.
For any of the hackers out there, mother's maiden name is Bones.
Bones.
For sure.
Wait, that's wild. All right, I'm gonna go back and
Yeah.
say my tricks of how I know to tell you apart.
What's that?
Because
I wanna
you
know.
wear 2 chains,
Yep.
A
And what's
double
got my
chain is
chains
Charles.
twist?
and you usually wear an Apple Watch.
Yep. I have the
Sneaky.
I'm the timekeeper. The
Yeah.
father time. Brother time.
Wait, he just has the time for both of you.
Brother time.
What are because that's just how I like distinguish him. But now I just know you have without those.
Yeah.
But what are like what do your like parents use or what do you tell people to tell you apart?
We have different noses. Like mine's rounded at the tip. Charles is pointier.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's more
and then-
acute.
And then like if I smile, I have like a scar right here.
That story is funny.
I ran into a semi truck.
Yeah.
The semi truck.
Well, you were crawling, looking for a
Well,
ball, right?
No. I was walking the dog, and Mom called me.
But you were underneath the semi truck.
Where was the semi?
Was it moving?
It was a moving
I was
truck. It was a mover truck.
Our mother could tell this story better. I don't remember because
I kind of remember. you like were crawling underneath to get the dog or something like that, crawling underneath the moving truck, and there's like there's things that like hang underneath the trucks, like
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the hell they're called. I'm not a
The
trucker.
flaps behind the tire?
No, it's like
not the mud flaps.
it's the metal like
There's
barricade
there's
where you put your foot on to like
to like step up
Oh,
onto the truck.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but either
I'm
way,
sure those
so
got
he's
it
got a
there.
dimple. But if I'm not wearing a long sleeve,
Mm.
I have a big surgery scar right here.
From what? Man, we're getting into your medical
Yeah,
history.
I mean, going
we'll
deep
make
into
it. We'll
DNA.
make it quick. I had a series of nerve tumors when I was younger.
Ooh.
Yeah, and like they weren't cancers or anything.
Yeah.
but they were nerve tumors and they hurt. But like, we got them. They got it taken out once when I was 9, and they grew back twice after that.
and then
So the last
done.
one I had was when I was 21. But either way, I have this big like scar on my arm.
Okay.
So like that's like a way to differentiate.
But if
It's a
he's
little
dripped up in the
dimple.
stone,
If I'm
Chains.
dripped up in the fucking stony flex, and long sleeves,
You can't
definitely-
tell,
it's kind of hard
brother.
to tell. But
can't tell,
yeah, I
bruv.
mean, I'm usually the timekeeper in the group.
I love
It's like,
it.
Zach,
I love these
it's
Oh,
things.
that's a
time to
regular
go.
watch, not an Apple Watch. So you like decide.
No, it's an Apple Watch.
It's just
Oh,
a
really
it's a
nice.
sick
Oh.
it's just a
Nice.
sick band with it.
Nice. Okay.
I-
Bands will make her dance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Anyway,
Come on.
that's the way that we or that people can tell, or you can tell
Yeah.
us apart.
Does
Perfect.
it bother when
other
people
people-
get you confused?
Not at all.
Okay, good. Because
Could
like,
you imagine if that bothered us?
People are.
I
like that,
did
though.
it once.
I'd be-
and I felt bad. But then I also felt
I don't remember you doing it. So did it really happen?
you corrected me. And
I
you were
mean,
just
it's
kind of
what
like,
happened with you.
but it was
we
just,
we get that a lot.
no, for sure. Which
And-
I'd understand.
No, but we get that a lot. Like, does
Us
it
too.
bother you?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and I'm just like, goodness gracious! Like, if it actually bothered me, I'd be 6 feet under.
I mean,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would be like a Gen Z, like bad skin and like awful like
yeah.
attitude if like, I was mad about being confused for Zach.
For sure. I grew up with a set of
Did you
identical
assume
twins.
me being a twin?
Yeah.
Did you assume my other
It's
twin?
like they're literally identical, But I grew up. Well, wait, hold up, back up. I didn't know you guys were twins when I
Wait,
first.
what?
Okay,
Wait.
hold up.
didn't know
When
this.
how I
There's a
met you guys.
handful
Wait,
of people
this
that know
is
that
really
are like
funny.
this. They're like
When
this.
you guys were a special guest at Beacon for Joe
It was a
Kasashik.
Grizz show, right?
No,
No?
not a Grizz show. No, it's like Joe, double jointed, Kasashik, and like I think like Madi and Corey pre Don Fuego, and they had a special guest. I didn't know. I hadn't heard of you guys. I didn't know who you were.
I wasn't there.
You were not there.
I remember
and
this.
then
I
you
remember
guys
this.
hop on stage.
We weren't even a special guest. It wasn't even planned. We just
Okay.
they just kind of
Okay.
tapped in. And they're like, "Yeah, you want to play some songs?" It's like end of the night.
And I swear you guys are changing outfits. And I was like, oh my God, they're
It's
identical twins.
classic.
Yeah.
It's a common thing. Somebody thinks that we're just like some crazy asshole that's
So-
like changing outfits
so-
all night. I swear I can't believe it's like a believable
this
thing,
is
but
a
it's
believable
believable
thing.
versus an identical twin.
Yeah.
We had this situation when we first moved to Denver.
Yeah.
Very similar. Where you're just like, this guy can't figure out his outfit,
Yeah.
and like we were at a house party,
It's so
and
wild.
we were at a house party, and I like at the time I was seeing this girl at the time, and she had brought a friend with her, like he's a dude from her hometown, and we were like talking. He had met me, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't meet Charles. He was at the same party. He didn't meet Charles.
Yeah.
He didn't meet us
I
together.
I was fucking off somewhere else.
Yeah, he didn't meet us together.
And you don't need to preface
So-
people like every time
Yeah,
you meet
totally.
someone.
I mean,
like,
it's kind of a weird thing to do.
There's another one.
Hey,
Be
so
running roaming around.
my
So-
name's
so-
Zachary.
so-
Yeah.
I'm a twin. So
Exactly.
You know, like,
So
here's my card.
so he just met me, and then he met Charles. We're obviously drinking. He didn't really
Yeah.
easy to forget names, right? And eventually he didn't see us in the same room ever throughout that entire party, right?
Yeah.
And it's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like it's getting late, and he just comes up to me. He's hammered, and he's like, "Dude, you gotta sort out your outfit."
he was so
like,
serious.
He's like,
so
I'm
serious.
sick of this shit, dude. He's like, I've never seen anyone change clothes this much in my entire life. And I'm like, I start dying. I start geeking. And he's like, what is so fucking funny? And he was a bro. You know what? Fucking funny, dude. And I'm like, turn around and there's Charles, and he's like, God damn it, you have a twin brother.
You won't believe this,
Wait,
but there's
no.
two.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was like, don't apologize.
We had a very similar situation once, like early on in our like music career. Zach had just started playing in a band, and I was starting to like come around, like, just to like support while he was playing this band.
Yeah.
And there's one guy, Packy, who had been like going to Greenhouse Lounge shows. That was his old band's name. And he knew Zach, because it was like guitarist of the band.
Mm.
And then when we were at this Christmas party once, like later on, and he didn't realize that like I had existed. So like so we're like at our friend Lance's house, and it's a Christmas party, right? So he's like in a full Christmas like Santa outfit, and he is on a tab of acid, like strong acid, right? So he's just like in a very vulnerable mental state. And he finally, for the first time, sees Zach and I both in the same room because we're at an after party after the Greenhouse Lounge show.
Yeah.
And he just like I've never seen somebody more just like.
Dude, he could
We're
not.
talking 6 months, like half a year. Like
Oh,
he had been so
Wow.
like in and
Somehow.
out of like the circle. Like he just knows Zach, and then like we just didn't run into each other in the crowd. And so we finally like link up at this after party. And he sees us, and he was just like, "I'm on weight. I'm way too fucking."
He was
high
like,
for this.
"Are you-
Wait,
are you
there's
kidding
two of you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're identical twins." He's like, "No, like he
Lost
was
his cool.
the most mind blown man I've ever seen to this day.
Honestly, that would kind of fuck me up. That would like legitimately be like, no, I know.
In some
That,
happenstance moment, the first time that
Yeah,
he realizes that we're
wow.
twins, he's on a tab of acid. He's just, like,
yeah.
in a Santa outfit. I've never seen him more like, and the dude was like 6'5". He's just like big dude. And I was just like, are you okay? He's about to fall the fuck over seeing that we're actually twins.
That's another situation that
Man.
Yeah.
Wait, I had asked you guys like full Parent Trap question.
Uh-huh.
I was like, have you guys ever switched like positions or switched?
What do you mean?
I switch positions all the time, baby.
Yeah.
Girl. What you want to talk about?
No, I didn't even ask that. Switch like
Down to switch it up.
big down.
I'm a
Switch places.
Yeah, switch
Oh,
places.
Trading places.
Trading places.
Trading spaces, trading places.
We get this question a lot. We haven't.
Wait, what do you
No,
mean?
you
Like,
have.
okay, wait.
No,
Hold
we
on.
have not.
Elaborate more on what you're
you
saying
have.
right now.
Now, when you say
Elaborate more
told
on
me.
what you're saying.
So I asked you if you had ever like pulled one over, like a teacher,
Absolutely.
or taken tests.
That
Yes.
stuff.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were talking about anyway.
What, like hooked up with like a friend?
No.
Hooked up with one of your girls?
Anyway.
No. No, if you're
I thought that's where you were going because we
Is
get
that
we
yes
get
or
that
no?
we get that question a lot. Absolutely.
No.
not.
I like yes or no. Okay, so the only
What are we
person,
talking about
okay, no. Like,
I'm just kidding, I'm kidding,
we're
I'm
just
kidding,
gonna
I'm
clear the air here right now. The only people that we have ever played tricks on
Yeah.
are police officers.
Oh.
Like, yes, that's it. Like,
I got pulled
as far
over.
as far as like what I think he was talking about, the switcheroo.
Switcheroo?
Yeah.
You don't switcheroo?
We've had
That if you're having sex with anybody else without their consent, that's
yeah.
twins or not.
100%.
Twins or not. Twins are fucking
I didn't
not.
think about it like that. But
Twins or
100%.
not. That's right.
We
So
get
like
that
we
get that
have
question.
not-
we get that
the
question
a
a
lot,
lot.
but we don't. It has never been done.
Yeah.
You asked me that specific question?
I'm just being
absolutely,
straight up.
we-
That's never
Of
been
course.
done.
Sick
course.
tickets. You know.
But like on the innocent side of
But
things,
legally, fuck the
on the
literally.
on the fuck the police side.
Yeah.
So there was one time we were heading to like it was senior high school. He was driving. He got pulled over because he was speeding. He didn't have his license, and I was just like,
Wow.
fucking just here, take it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
outside of getting a whole not driving with his license ticket, he got a warning because I had a squeaky clean record, and I gave him my license, and the driver was just like, "Okay, don't speed. Have fun at class. Warning,
Wow.
your warning."
Oh.
So like,
and
that's nice.
I
That's
even
it.
I even signed my name.
yeah,
as
he
Zach.
signed Zach.
And the cop
that's
didn't
funny.
notice. Yeah, it's the most.
Wait.
That's the honestly the most fraudulent.
That's the
thing
most
we've
like
done.
yeah, insidious was.
Well, you told me that he stood in for you once at a show.
that is also one thing that we have done as well, but that's like
That was like
that's I wouldn't. That's not sinister. That's just like
I didn't. I wasn't asking sinister.
shucks. You know, like
yeah. You weren't
it's-
gonna make it.
Yeah, like I wasn't gonna make it. I was in LA. There was
Oh.
a travel issue, and it was like cancel the show, not get paid, or have my brother come stand in and be. At the time, I was DJing. I went by Sir Charles, and that was a DJ career that I had like in the early 2010s,
Yeah.
and he was just like happened to be it was a Pensacola date. And he was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm available." I'm like, "Bro, you got to go drive 5.5 hours to go fucking play for me right
please,
now."
Go ahead.
But and people believed it, and he signed autographs as me. And it was
that was
hilarious.
my favorite part.
Yeah.
I signed an autograph. I was like, here I am again signing as Charles.
So it wasn't a police officer; it was a fan.
Wait, can I go back to the sinister part? Not sinister. This isn't sinister.
Oh.
But do you know that I know a set of identical twins who have threesomes together,
Interesting.
and that's like a thing. Like they feel like.
So,
like
wait,
they're
we don't
one
have that
minute.
kind of
person.
relationship.
No, that's
yet.
wait a minute. But wait a minute. Wait.
Never
But wait a
be
minute.
around.
Wait a minute. Are they guys or are they girls? The twins.
Guys.
Guys.
They're
Yeah. It would have
Okay,
to be
so
guys.
that's not a threesome. That's a train.
train.
Well, that's different. I guess if you're on
Are they?
opposite
Wait,
ends,
hold on.
It's not that
like,
weird.
what? Like
I
what-
didn't ask them specifics.
like,
they
what's
just
their-
said they'd fucked a lot of girls together.
What's their sexuality?
The
Oh,
men
straight?
straight.
Okay. Well,
Well,
that's a train.
That's
I know
a train.
A train. I've heard that like some
That's not a
guys.
threesome. That's not
Yeah,
a threesome.
that's not a
That's a
threesome.
train.
That's true.
There's a train.
A train.
Yeah.
Why?
What? I mean,
No,
it's
but I'm
just-
saying like they're not even crossing swords.
two
like,
two
there's-
guys and a girl is a train.
A train. Oh, okay.
Two girls and a guy.
Do you
is
want
a
me to like
threesome.
spell out an Eiffel Tower?
I mean,
Eiffel Tower is a train.
that's like the
Yeah.
the buzzword. but,
yeah. Okay.
you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they, if a nice young lady would have us, we'd probably,
Yeah.
Wouldn't be opposed.
I wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah. I mean.
Consenting adults inside of the closet, like. You know?
Yeah.
God. But I mean, more power to them, Hell
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
what's
I
up.
know. It was like their thing. It's
Okay.
weird.
Rock on.
Yeah.
It's like the
think that's the
ATL
thing.
twins. You
It's, I was just about to bring up the ATL twins. Okay.
Yeah.
We're all
Who's that?
fans of Diane Antwoord here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
well
Okay, and
until
that's how I know
until a
about-
certain point.
Well, right, of course. And that's how I know about the
Until a certain
ATL
point.
twins. They're like these two identical twins from Atlanta,
Yeah.
and they don't have sex separately.
Dude, a Noisy Vice. You remember Noisy when Vice did that thing? Like they did like interviews. If you're anyone's interested on listening to this, there's a great to what you're about to say.
Yeah.
Noisy Vice on YouTube and just do ATL twins after Noisy Vice. I swear they have an entire interview and they like show.
Oh, I've watched it.
Okay,
I've
go,
watched
go,
it.
go,
Okay.
go on,
Like
go.
Vice's interviews for like artists are called.
They don't do that anymore.
Noisy.
I mean, I think it's because Vice is like
Tanking,
tanking. But
gotcha.
anyway.
Yeah, Vice is going way down the hill.
Yeah.
They don't have a closet.
So I watched it, and the whole time they're just like, if you guys think we're fucking weird, then why do all these celebrities fuck with us the whole time? You know, totally have seen it. And this is where they discuss their like their sexual escapades, and they will only like them two are a singular person.
And they share women. It's like
they've been like every single time there's been a girl, like we've had our own girls, it's always fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And it's like we share the same girls because it doesn't fuck up what we do.
Huh.
Yeah. Don't
I don't think
make
that's a
no
normal
mistake.
twin
We've
thing.
thought about it.
make no mistake.
Make no mistake. It's been already like we were like
we've wanted to.
what an interesting way. It seems like they're doing really well for themselves. Like, is that a high rise apartment in Atlanta? Like shit.
Maybe they're on something.
Maybe they're onto something there. But you know, I mean,
wild.
like from what you can tell, like you know, from the context of the frame of whatever video it is, who knows what like you know, peccadillos exist in that entire realm.
ecosystem.
Yeah. But no, to answer your question, we don't have that kind of relationship.
I feel
Love
like
that
that's
for you
best.
guys.
That's best. Yeah.
We don't have that
That's
kind of
good.
relationship.
You know, we're
No judgment if
We
so,
just make
but,
music
you know.
together.
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, but you guys live together too, like
Live
us.
together,
Yeah.
like
work together,
Yeah,
and
work
together.
hang out.
Yep.
yeah.
No, that's like because to get back, like we'll bring it back from before. People always ask if we've always been close,
Yeah.
and we've been close as siblings, but it's only basically right before COVID
2019.
that we like
No.
kind of became friends. We were like, oh, because he was 11 when I went to college.
Yeah. There's a big age gap.
So like,
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 29.
and I'm 34.
That's
But
11.
but I skipped a grade. So when I went to college, I was 17 and
Oh,
he was 11.
I'm thinking numerical, like 11 and
No, not an 11-year-old age gap. But
No.
like,
yeah.
Just
Pardon.
like when she was in college.
5-year age gap,
Copy
6 grades.
that's okay.
Not 11 years. That's bad boy math.
It's DJ
horrible
now.
boy man.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No. We've had people like kind of try to go after you and then like fail with you and be like, oh, Nick's the best option after that.
What do you mean by go
like,
after?
Like hit on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm
no,
just
that's
kind of
a
like,
weird thing.
Are we talking about like
Or vice
bisexual
versa.
approach?
Man.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got it.
The cake eaters. No, I'm just kidding.
The what?
Just kidding. The cake eaters.
Wait, are you guys Eskimo Brothers?
Absolutely.
Once.
Yeah.
Once.
Okay,
Once.
same.
There's
Once.
one
Once.
person. One person.
One person.
This one.
Are you guys answer?
One?
Just
Just
one.
one. Just one.
Same, just one.
Yeah.
One. And it was like a. It's not. It wasn't like a miscommunication. It was like a lapse in communication.
Okay.
Do you
So
have
somebody
girls
was moving-
try with one of you and then fail and then go after the other one?
As a matter of fact, yes. That did happen.
Do you want to elaborate on that? Or?
I'm not elaborating.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that it happened. This girl was courting, like trying to court Charles, and Charles was into it, and like I was into it, and like boom.
All right. Well, hey, I mean,
yeah.
And it was like,
well, that was more of like a.
it was a big happy family.
yeah.
Sorry.
It's like I don't know, a choice.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like a.
Sometimes
I'm into.
Ours was
I'm
like
into,
5 years apart, actually.
And
Weirdly.
yeah.
okay.
Just leave it at-
Crazy.
I gotta love it.
Well,
Because
Yeah.
now this is a man that's dabbling in both realms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. So who's the cake and who's the eat it too?
Of course he's the kid.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
the cake and who's the eat it? Too?
Yeah.
Don't you love how girls can go in and out of like the gay realm, like for a
But-
while, but guys, if they do it, it's like forever. It's
No,
permanent.
it's mostly
Have you noticed that? I
It's a-
noticed
no, but
that.
thing. It's a
But
thing.
you're right,
It's a
you're
thing.
right,
doesn't
you're right.
hook
It's a
up
thing.
with girls at all. So it's
Yeah.
only
No,
been
but I'm
men.
talking about like girls can go in and out of
It's-
being of sleeping
Yeah.
with women and sleeping with
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
If a guy
It's a
sleeps,
sexual
if a
spectrum.
guy goes in
Then
and out,
you're
it's just
gay.
like you're a gay man.
Yeah.
You know what
and
I'm
like,
saying?
like two guys can hold hands. I'm like, oh, that's gay. Two girls can like literally fuck, and they're like, oh, they're friends. It's fucking weird.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
It's an-
insane.
it's an-
Clip
Well,
that.
for example,
the
clip
truest thing on this podcast. Damn.
okay, I cue the Leonardo da Vinci rant that I do. I have like a thing with like Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah.
But they like, he was gay, and it was kind of weird how he would write poetry about like, or no, this was Michelangelo, sorry, but he would write poetry about this guy that he was hanging out with a lot, and he would talk about how like he would want to wear want to be the clothes that he would wear so that he could be with them forever. And everyone's like, that's clearly gay.
It's the gayest shit I've ever heard.
It's the gay. It's gayer than gay sex, actually.
Like 100%.
But then like where we get the word lesbian comes from like the island of Lesbo in Greece, and it was about like a girl writing poetry about her girlfriend.
Gotcha.
And everyone for the longest time were like, oh, it's just like her friend, and it's just like no,
that is a lover.
Like, that's a lover. People don't write poetry like that cross islands in the medieval age just because they're friends. Like it's romance,
Yeah.
But hold up, I have a question.
Okay.
I've heard a rumor about you two.
Rumor alert.
Did you? Even Za was like, "What?"
She's like, rumors.
Let's have it.
Did you guys break up with your respective girlfriends on the same day one time?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
I need to know more.
It was.
I need the deets.
Yeah. I mean, like, it was basically like he had confessed to me that he had been like on the way out, like when we were at a festival and we were playing in like Michigan, and we were at like a hotel room afterwards, and Zach's just like, dude, I don't think it's like, this isn't working. I don't think it's a thing, or whatever. And so we were both living with our girlfriends at the time, and I'm sitting there just like, okay, so it's not working out with them, and so like I start to, kind of like not like, I don't know, pulse check. The situation with me.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh wow, like I know what it's like to be loved by you. I don't feel like this is anywhere fucking close. So yeah, like it basically came to a point where Zach was like, yeah, this shit's not working out. And then I just like kind of tap in and I'm like, hey, is this going, like, it was like a day. I was just like, are you into this anymore? And then she was like, no, yeah, I've been like kind of feeling the same way. And then like I look at Zach and I'm like, yeah, bro, like my shit is not.
It was literally a day. I remember we were like together, and I go like, yeah, like I had that conversation with her.
I was like,
Charles was like, well,
so did I. I was like, oh wait, you got all the crying out of the way. He's like, yep, I dude, I already did my thing.
In a very identical fashion, yes.
Wow.
We both left our previous lovers in a very.
I don't know. It's
fashion.
like at the same time, like God bless them. Like for them to be able to move in with like two identical twins and be like, this is cool. Like,
hey,
all four live together.
All four live together.
Yes.
Oh,
wow. In a six bed
house,
6 bed, 4 bed. We
or six bed, 4 bath.
6 bed, 4 bath. Sorry. And
6 bedrooms.
Yeah. It was out in Arvada, out in the.
So you each had your own.
We had like our own floor.
Oh.
And then we had like a guest room, and then like
it was
we
a
had
big spot.
Stuff. But either way,
it was 6 bed, 4 bath.
It's not a rumor; it's very true. We did like technically break up, or
and respect to those ladies. We had great times.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly,
I'm just being honest.
Cheers in the closet.
Any person that's like willing to go move in with a set of identical twins and be like, "This is great," like.
God bless.
God bless them.
I'd be in the kitchen and be like, does he do that? Like weird thing? But no.
I could ask that if you're gonna like, if I get married, they're like, so is Nick gonna like be around? I'm like, he might be like down the street.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Or not, or in like different countries.
Yeah,
like
it's
we're not like
we'll,
like if
we'll
it
prob-
we'll
probably just get like a
sense.
We'll just like build a duplex mansion.
We'll just build a duplex. That's
Like
actually
a
two hot
compound.
tubs.
But I feel like we'd have to be around each other because I'm like, well, we have all the same friends, we hang out together, and we work together. So it's like, yes, he would have to be close. And like, in my thought is that my future husband would like, I actually like think about it. I'm like, I could see you guys being better friends.
It would annoy the fuck out of you.
I know. But like, but I would also like that. Like if it's like Francesco, like fucking kick rocks, like we're going out. You've been like that with some of my boyfriends.
Yeah. Actually, one time, you went on a date with this guy who I had previously like really hit it off with, just not in a just like completely platonically,
just, like,
obviously.
friendly.
Just like we were just buds. And then you guys were on a date, and on the date, you guys clearly realized it was like not working.
We did not have a good.
You guys like got in an argument.
You're not the
or whatever,
worst.
and like.
When it's just like, wow,
Bad
it's
dates,
like you
man.
look at them and you're just like, you're a fucking ghoul.
It was not good.
I cannot do this.
And Nick knows because I immediately text
You
him.
make me fucking sick.
Yeah.
On the
Exactly.
date, you text me like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Okay, like, what's up with you guys? What are you guys doing?" So I just call like FaceTime you guys. I'm like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And then he just goes, "Well, I took the wrong piazza on a date." And I was like,
Dude, what?
"Oh,
You are like, it's like the
Yeah.
you turn the boys.
No,
Yeah.
that's also a thing.
That's
Anyone
that's a
who's
weird
straight
little-
like comes after Nick. Nick
I
does
know, it's
not go
like-
after
it's
straight men.
Very
If a man like
interesting
secretly-
dynamic.
That's like a big thing, right? Like
Yeah.
turning a straight guy. Is that
No,
not
no,
like
no.
a? Is
I
that
don't think
like
it's a
is that
big thing.
is that a gay fantasy? Turning a straight man?
No,
Okay.
the thing why it's so
What?
popular.
I've had
No,
a,
I know,
I've
I
had
know.
a gay friend tell me that's a thing.
No, it's just
Some-
because
some
like
men.
like how like straight guys want to like fuck a lesbian. Like,
I
I think
didn't
what
know
it
that was
is
a thing.
is that like
Yeah, like lesbians.
well, it's like it's like a pipe
fantasy.
dream.
It's a fantasy.
Like
Like
pipe
pipe
dream
dream.
fantasy.
I
literally a
think-
pipe dream.
But like,
Pipe
why?
Shut
Little
the fuck-
pipe dream.
Don't even with the puns. Okay,
I
go.
think what it is that like a lot of straight guys are like masculine and straight and like manly,
And it's
and a
everything.
lot of guys, gay guys, like that.
Right.
And so, and then gay guys are obsessed with men. So it's not the fact that they're
Okay.
straight
I
and they
see
want to
what you
turn.
mean.
It's just
Good.
like because everyone's like, oh, you all gay guys like straight guys. It's like, well, gay guys like guys. So it's kind of like, yeah, you know.
Totally.
But I
and,
think
and then
they-
there's like a masculine entity that like you're
Yeah.
just like this could be a thing if you're into it. You
Yeah.
know, like, yeah.
Men go after you because you're not very flamboyant. So I think the men who are closeted and like
Uh-huh.
want
Comfort-
to like
it
boys,
comforts them.
they're like,
It's
oh,
comforting.
well, Nick's like kind of straight. Like he's like
Right.
Got
he's
it,
not
got
like
it.
I see what-
flamboyant.
I
He's
see
not
that.
like flaming gay.
Just enough
Yeah,
flamboyant.
to, like,
just a
suck the
touch
dick.
where it's just like
Are we
no,
talking
just-
like 80-20?
no. I'm just saying
That's
like
not a
it's
perspective.
like
No,
teasing. I'm teasing.
I feel like there's something about the long hair with the beard. It's like
Gotcha.
I feel like I'm kind of not giving androgyny, but like giving someone that is clearly not on their team, but could be, you know?
Totally,
and so
yeah.
there's like this weird, like, okay, like he's fine, he's cool, whatever. If I ever want to try that out, Nick's the type of guy I would go for.
Got
It's just like you guys,
Mm-hmm.
the amount of texts, the amount of like secret little whispers, like
And like
from people
no,
that like I would never
You see what
think
I'm
Nick's
saying?
like, oh,
the,
like
the
he-
paper airplanes.
See,
like,
see what I'm saying about the boisterous nature of like women hooking up with women and like the secretive nature of like guys
Yeah,
hooking
yeah,
up with guys.
Yeah.
It's a
That's-
different world.
That's societal.
Yeah.
Well,
That's,
that's
you
what
know.
I'm trying to say. It's just like you got these secret like straight gay
Sneaky
lovers.
links.
Sneaky links.
Yeah. Whereas like it's just open. If I, yeah,
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah,
Girl-
hooked up
girls
with this
could be
girl
like-
last night.
I hooked up with a girl.
It
yeah.
was hot.
Wait, I was with Allie Carlisle, a mutual friend of all of us, and she
Shout
was like, we were doing a check-in for an event at Invisible City. Then all of a sudden, this like straight guy just comes up and he was like, "Oh hey," and then he starts like flirting with me a little bit, and then it happened again. Another straight guy, and Allie's like this gorgeous girl that's like super cool, and
It's
she's like,
beautiful.
"What's happening
Insane.
right now?" And I was like, "Oh, like Allie, like it's kind of a thing with me." And then she's like, I
I'm-
have never
No.
felt more unsexy. Like, she's like all these guys. She's just like, what is happening? And I was like, I know.
No, it's
like
weird.
kind of my
really
thing.
weird. No, it's not my thing. It's their thing. It's like, but
What's their thing? But you're just like there for it.
and she's just sitting there, just being like, "Wow, this is happening." And I was like, "No, I know." And she's like, "I've never seen this before." I was like, "It's just something about me."
I see
don't
it
know.
all the time, and it's so
I know. I was like,
annoying.
"You should see how Francesca feels."
Constant. All right. Should we take a break so you guys can refresh your
bathroom
drinks?
break?
And then we'll
Okay.
get back to music.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we just got into.
You remember why you guys came on the podcast?
yeah.
Oh, to talk about.
We'll keep doing this.
No, that's
we're
what
getting
that's
on
what
it.
the Saucy Sibz podcast is. People are like
Yeah.
asking us, like, "Oh, what are you guys talking about?" I'm like, "We have our saucy friends on, but we're not the interview that's like, how did it begin?
Yeah.
Tell us your childhood."
Yeah.
We're like, let's just like get saucy in the closet.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
go. We're all here for it.
Well, Tinkle.
Yeah,
A little tinkle break.
and break.
Should we talk about your musical career?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. I think
absolutely.
so. I think we should.
I think you guys know us already.
I think
Yeah,
you guys get
yeah.
it. You guys get the point.
Now that we know their intense, their medical history and then their dating history, it's
Yeah.
like
It's a
we're,
brief.
we're good. Sorry.
Brief,
I
brief.
lit the Palo Santo a little too tough. Yeah.
It's all right.
It's like a fogger.
Die in the closet.
So you guys are on tour with the Floozies right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's that going?
Terrific.
It's good.
Yeah.
packed rooms.
Crazy, yeah.
Big packed rooms, yeah.
Packed rooms, new cities for us. We love those guys.
Yeah.
Mark and Matt, they're terrific people.
Yeah.
Also a family band just like us. You know,
They're brothers.
They're
Oh, wait,
brothers.
I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah, they're
Cool.
brothers.
Uh-huh.
It's a big family band thing experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, no,
Saucy Sibz.
For sure.
it's terrific. They're
Cool.
good peeps, and they're teaching us a lot, and it's great. Yeah, things are awesome.
I missed your show at Mission Ballroom.
What was that about?
Brutal.
But I actually
Wait, I thought you were there.
no. I didn't make it.
You guys
Oh.
missed.
I can't remember why, but it
Where
was
were
like
you,
a-
Francesca?
I was working at Zodiac House, right?
Yeah.
Those are two really,
like,
really bad excuses. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
I know. I'm like, I don't even know.
Come on, Gabe.
No, you know what they asked
Come on,
me?
Gabe. Don't
right?
schedule
I
Francesca.
was going to,
Yeah.
and then yeah, no, I was
He's
going
like,
to,
well, if
and
you
then
can't see him, I
no,
can
I
see
needed the money,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, oh fuck, it'd be so cool. We'd be
I
like
know.
backstage with all our friends, but it was like one of those times because like funny starving artists hanging out in the closet. It was like, no, we need to make rent. Like I should. It was
So,
like, yeah, I can go have
I'm
fun with
gonna-
all my friends, but I go to.
I'm gonna say something. The starving artist thing is a choice.
Okay.
We don't choose to be starving.
I don't choose to be a
I
starving
ain't
artist.
good.
I hustle.
Yeah.
Ain't
Work,
good.
dude.
Okay.
I will do jobs that I don't want to do to
Yeah.
get money. Because if you're not busy in Denver, you're homeless, dude. Like I
Yeah.
swear,
No.
to
You're,
Yeah,
God.
you're
yeah.
homeless, or your parents are really helping you
Are
out.
really helping you. And it's like, I really personally feel in my soul that like the starving artist movement or whatever is a choice.
Yeah.
Get busy, get uncomfortable. That is where
Yeah.
your experiences come from. That's where your ego gets deflated.
Yeah.
You realize you ain't shit. And
Totally.
That's okay because
Yeah.
no one's the shit like they think they
Yeah.
are. And that's fine.
No, and people don't want to be seen starting from the bottom.
Of course not.
We'll
But
talk
like
about it.
I'm
What's so
telling
bad
you,
about that?
but like we even have, like
so bad about
we have residencies, like at restaurants, like we play ballrooms, and then we play restaurant. It's a very
Mhm.
dynamic experience going from playing for like 4,000 people to playing for a restaurant, but it's what we have to do.
Totally.
Because
Yeah.
these are the building blocks, and there's no shame here. You
Yeah.
know?
Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely.
And I always will.
And that's
I-
across the board.
and that's across the board. I
Yeah.
will always.
Doesn't matter if you're a
encourage-
musician or anything.
I'll always encourage everyone to push their boundaries and
Yeah.
push past their limits of comfort
Yeah.
or how people see them, because who cares?
Yeah.
No, truly. And
Yeah.
we've gone in and out of being like, oh, we're full-time podcasting, and then we're like like we'll tell people we're like, oh, we're so done with like service industry, and then we're like,
No,
you know,
I'm
we're
not.
not
and
too
you know
good
what?
for it.
I
Like,
am
you gotta go
certainly
back
not.
And
What-
Yeah.
you
what would
tap
you like to
back
drink,
in,
sir?
You tap,
Yeah.
you, tap,
Yeah.
you
Literally.
tap back in, you get some cash, and you know
Yeah.
what? I don't care what anyone says, but money is where it's at, and you feel good, and you feel worked.
Totally.
and you're with everyone, and you tell everyone about what you do as well, because people want to
True.
hear that.
Yeah.
And like
Mhm.
I again,
Dude.
I'll always.
It's
God.
it's so funny that you mentioned that though, because I was listening to a couple of podcasts, and I was listening to a Rick Rubin one, and yeah, I mean I'm sure y'all know
of
the
course,
one.
we love.
And what is it? George Clinton was talking about his early days, and with Parliament and the Funkadelic, and he was saying that he used to be working a barbershop.
Mm.
And he remembers the day that shit started to change. He was like, his hit song was being played in the barbershop. And he was telling this to Rick Rubin the entire time. He was like, dude, I was sitting there like working in a fucking barbershop,
Yeah.
George Clinton, like this is who I was, just doing his regular day shit. And he was still like making music, like doing all that. But he found, made sure there was time to like, keep the fucking lights on being a fucking barber.
Yeah.
And he said like right when we were in the barbershop and we had a hit record and it was being played in the barbershop, that was like the last time that I was like I had to like work like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like then that's when I elevated.
I'll
You know?
give you guys a great example too. Like we played for free for some friends that were in town with their food truck, world famous Hot Boys, there, which is a location in Oakland, California, Sacramento.
I think they have one in Ohio.
in Indianapolis.
No, yeah.
Indianapolis, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
Viggo
Anyway,
killed us.
yeah. I'm plugging him because he's just like our boy.
Yeah,
But anyway, so he was like, yo, you guys come play some music while we're like, serving up chicken sandwiches. And that gig led us to some of the highest paying
profitable
musical
year.
gig-
Wow.
some of the most profitable times of our lives. It led us to these people who booked us
Yeah.
and paid us handsomely for a multitude of different gigs.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what happens if you just release that relinquish your ego.
Yeah.
It's all ego.
Well, you know what's funny is you guys are like, hey, we're gonna be a little late, like we're leaving work, and I go, what the fuck? Do they work still? Because Nick goes, I don't know, Francesca. If we were like almost selling out Mission Ballroom, or did it sell out? Or
we weren't headlining. We're supporting.
We were supporting.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
and granted,
like,
we definitely helped. We definitely helped sell tickets. Being from Denver and we're
doing what we do.
We're doing what we do. But I'm telling you, like shit ain't sweet out here.
No.
And that's okay. And
know it is hard.
and I'm telling you right now, like the more money you have, like the more security you have, and that's okay. And like you end up, I swear, I promise from experience, because I had this anxiety of like, oh my god, I don't want anyone to think
I should do art solely.
I don't do this full time. You better watch out.
They're gonna right now.
Like
they're gonna.
It might come soon.
Judge me.
but just because it's not happening now doesn't mean you can't just like
But
work to get there.
relinquishing our egos introduced us to some of the highest paying gigs that we still have to date.
Totally.
That's crazy.
Ghost
And so,
production, all that.
If there's anything, any not lesson or anything, but like takeaway.
No, I
it's
love
like,
that. That's what the pod is for.
It's a beautiful moment to realize that shit ain't sweet for people.
Yeah.
If you need to work, dude, get that money because it's gonna. You
that's the thing,
don't know what's coming next.
That's the thing. It's not like it's like not going to be sweet forever. It is
Yeah.
might be sweet right now.
Well, you
and
know
then,
what
you can work to that point.
But I also love connecting with people too. So like I like the social element of work and like, being around people who are like, yeah, I'm making that bag. You meet people, and it's a sweet moment for me. At least I'm a very social person, so I don't know. I see.
No, totally. I mean,
see
you guys
other
see me all the
benefits.
time bartending.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, and it's
we're not sitting there like, well, I don't know about this saucy.
I don't know about
this. No,
she was
we're
bartending
exactly,
the other
you know
night.
what I'm saying? It
No,
really,
we're doing it.
It really is all in your own head sometimes, and like we're very, pro. Get that bag.
Yeah.
Get the money.
Well, what I will say is I feel like we found is that like if you're worried about money, you can't be creative. Like if there's like that chokehold around you and you feel that squeeze,
very good point.
I really feel that like you can't let yourself relax enough. It would be great to like, I trust the universe and things are happening for me. You can't trust the universe when you're going to get evicted from your apartment.
There's not enough sage that you can burn.
No, they're really like
well, that shit
to erase.
Yeah.
The rent.
Well, that shit. That shit's goofy, and you're also lying to yourself.
Yeah.
I never want to be like. I know there's this term like everyone's like, oh, like you're brutally honest, right? I really think it should be you're a brutal liar. I think lies
are way more brutal
than honesty.
Yeah.
If you're honest with yourself and like, I kind of.
It's not brutal. That's beautiful.
That's not brutal. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't make the money I need to make. I need to go do some shit.
My art isn't killing
Yeah.
it like I want it to. So I'm gonna go fucking bartend. I'm gonna go grow weed. I'm gonna go do something.
Yeah.
To like make the dream that you want to support happen. That's what's supportive and beautiful. Like when people, have kids and they're like, you know what, I gotta go like pick up a couple extra shifts because like I got a baby to feed or something like that.
Exactly.
It could be a baby to feed or a fucking dream to feed.
I'll
whatever
never
it is.
the whole brutally honest. I'll never get behind that because I believe honesty to be one of the most beautiful things, liberating.
Yeah.
And when you're honest with yourself and your situation, financially, emotionally,
And
whatever.
and you
it
know
is.
what? When you have money, like I'm like creative. I'm like, let's do this. Let's do
Like,
this.
you know, I'm like saying, like,
You can relax enough to create.
Yeah.
But if you're freaking out, like, I'm just gonna like not pay it all, my art will like, I gotta like give. Sometimes I think artists can like lie to themselves that they need to give their art space to do it. But only if you have that like space to relax. Because if you're nervous, dude, like sometimes like I'll get into like a depression, I'll be freaking out. And Nick's like, Francesca, like, because I've dealt with a lot of mental health issues, but he's like, Francesca, this isn't a mental health issue. He goes, $2,000 would fix your brain. Like you're not depressed.
Yes.
You're nervous about money.
And it's always it's always a work harder motivation.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean?
That's
Like
so
no
true,
one
though.
cares, work harder.
I mean,
and
that's
that's the reality because like a lot of people think they're just judging each other. They're judging themselves. They're focused on their own life. Everyone's very hyper focused on themselves.
Totally.
And thinking that And the other on the opposing side, everyone else is thinking that those people are like judging it. No one cares.
Yeah.
Truly.
Get
As much
that
as you
back.
do.
As much as you
But
do.
in most of the time, you're just caring about yourself.
And it's
Exactly.
and
they're
it's
all
a
doing
veil.
their own thing, caring
Yeah.
about themselves.
And it's a veil.
Mhm.
And like on the other side of that veil is love. It's
Yeah.
actually like community.
Yeah.
It's people being like, yo, guess what? We're all out here.
Usually the answer is on the opposite side of fear.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
once you just get over yourself and just go fucking bartend or go do whatever you need to do to make the artistic vision that you have continue, you feel a lot happier.
And then you meet
Completely.
awesome people,
Yeah.
and you're like, wow, what a lesson in life. Anyway.
No, I like this.
It's truly what he's told me so many times.
Yeah, and I especially with like art and podcasting and social media, ego is sort of at the forefront of what
Of
we
course,
do.
absolutely.
It has
However-
to be there for like self-preservation.
Completely,
You know?
And also style, steez, like, you know, like who you are. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you have to like be
It's indicative.
forward
Yeah.
with your personality.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
As you're
But
saying.
you have to like let go of that. ego
Absolutely.
and just realize that like your ego's getting in your way if you're not gonna like bartend because you think you're like too good for it because you have a podcast.
yeah.
It's silly to say out loud. It's
literally-
very silly.
yeah.
but,
Was
like,
it David
yeah.
Byrne said stop making sense? Just
Yeah.
stop making sense.
Stop making sense.
Yeah.
I love that. Stop making sense. Yeah.
Just spray painted on that wall.
I know.
We needed a
Stop
mural.
making
Stop
sense.
making
Yeah.
sense.
Stop making sense.
Stop making sense.
not a bad
Just
idea.
do it. You know, it's a beautiful
Yeah.
it's a beautiful like what's the word I'm looking for?
Mantra.
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 Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah.
You guys finish each other's sentences sort of like we do. Obviously, you guys
Yeah.
have the twin
If you
thing.
spend enough time with somebody, you will do that.
will do
It
that.
doesn't
No,
matter
of
if you're
course.
twins
For
or
sure,
not,
for
dude.
sure, for
Like,
sure.
dude, I swear, best friends will do shit like that.
I use an AI to like cut like to who's talking.
Nice.
You know?
I was
the
wondering
camera
how you would do that. Yeah.
It looks
you can
great.
do it manually, but they now have an AI that does it, which it's actually really simple. It's just like
You don't have to sit there on the multicam and do like
I know,
1, 2,
exactly,
1,
yeah,
2,
yeah. I can show you if you like ever need it, but it's like
Down.
$30 a month. But anyway, it's so great, but sometimes I do feel like it gets confused with like it'll like we have a guest and they're talking and then like it'll be us and we're like finishing each other's sentences and the AI is like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Wait.
And then
It
it's
hasn't-
identical.
they're talking
It's
over
like-
one
I know.
another.
I'm like, that's why I'm like these
It
4
hasn't
different
sorted
chat
that out
lines,
yet.
It's just gonna be like, I'm fucking confused.
And
I'm
another
like,
decade, we'll be able to
we're
like
fine.
differentiate between people talking over one another.
They sound the same. They look the same. They're finishing each other's sentences. I don't know.
Twins are the next
Yeah.
subject for AI discovery.
Thank you for saying that, though. I really don't think it was a
Absolutely,
rant.
man.
I
Yeah.
think that like bringing up the ego thing and so speaking of like touring and everything and like the success that you guys have gotten and everything, where do you think that started? I guess of what really made you guys start standing out to other people? Like, why are you on the stage? I feel like everyone in Denver is a DJ, which I'm not making fun of Denver DJs. I
No,
actually
no,
fucking
totally
love
get
it.
it.
I just like enjoy that.
Honestly, like because like he was in a band, right? He was in a band
Mm-hmm.
initially, and then I went to his like the first festival that he played, got really inspired, and then I'm like, I want to go home and like download Ableton and start making music
Right.
and producing. So like it became like the inspiration of what he was doing. I've found like this channel to be like, oh, I know how to use like software and stuff like that because I had done video. So like
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna do Ableton production and like go down this journey, and I feel like it was like as much as it was like a different situation or like different choice that we both made.
Yeah.
I feel like it came to a head when we spread apart, but then came together based off of it being the same choice.
Right.
I had a certain amount of skill set. He had a certain skill set from being in a band. I mean, like being in a band versus being a fucking DJ is completely different,
Yeah.
And when two people unite together and add the different, lessons that you've learned from both of those, just projects that you're going for, that's like what made us, I don't know, just become the
unit.
the unit in
Yeah.
general,
Unit.
Well, and also like to answer your question too, like we started early.
Yeah.
And when you get on the ground floor on something, you get experience. You meet promoters that
Yeah.
before they pop off, and so like we've known people, like when we moved out to Denver, we knew a lot of people before we were able to like get on stage. Like I remember when we first moved out here, we had a show that with Barclay Crenshaw.
Yeah.
You guys familiar?
Yeah.
And
Why do I?
The project.
Claude Van
Well, it's
Stroop.
Claude Von Stroop.
Yeah.
This is his bass project, right?
Yeah.
This is 2018. We had just moved out, right? And the promoter was like, "All right, send me a song. Send me some songs, and like it's going to be in a pool of people who want to open for Barclay Crenshaw." And he sent it into Barclay, and Barclay chose us. I was like, "I want these guys as support for the show, right?"
Cool.
And that kind of like inched us into this like echelon of like performers where we can like we're playing on stage. We're not like we kind of like skipped past a lot of like maybe potentially building blocks of moving to Denver, like certain venues that would bring us to Cervantes.
Yeah.
But we just like we weren't DJs. We didn't choose to be DJs based off of like, oh, this is hot. People are being DJs.
We've been doing
We
this.
we had been DJs prior to moving here.
We were DJs and producers before it was like a hot thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to like date ourselves, but like we've loved this. We've loved what this is about for a long time.
Yeah.
And I mean, like as you said, like in Denver, everyone's a DJ or like wanting to be a DJ and stuff like that. Like we had just known that moving here would be a good choice for taking MZG to another city to see if it would work outside of just our hometown.
How long have you been in Denver?
6 years.
Yeah,
6
6 years. March
Okay.
29th
Okay.
was 6 years.
Okay, because we were gonna ask like what brought you to Denver, but you guys just answered. Super cool.
The genre of music we were making and like the management company that we were working with at the time, they were out here, and it just made sense. And it was a
testament.
it was a testament to just
Can you do what you do in the hometown that loves you elsewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like just pick up and just dip
Yeah.
out to some other city
It's
and
a-
just be like, hey, can you do what you just did in your hometown here?
it's a challenge, but it's a good challenge because it tests you.
That's a really good question to ask yourself.
No, dude, I mean, like,
Yeah.
it was like the best decision we ever made. Just like, you know what? Like, if people really fuck with it here in our hometown,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
how much will they fuck with it when we take it away from them?
totally.
And so now every single time we come back to Florida, it's like we're selling more tickets than we would have ever done if we just stayed there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
Oh,
it's
that's
like
cool.
like actually like the
Anybody can rap at the Malibu County Fair. You guys remember Malibu's Most Wanted?
but yeah, like it and that's the thing. Like it's not like that was like our thing that we wanted to do, but it became this like testament towards MZG and what we like wanted to achieve. We're just like, hey, if we're popping as much as we are in our hometown, can we be as popping in a fucking brand new city?
In a major city.
Major city?
Yeah.
Like that's like Jacksonville versus Denver. Completely different.
I mean, Denver's not one of like the biggest cities, but
Yeah,
It's
but
becoming, though.
no music though.
Yeah.
It's a mecca.
No, I
It's
really
like-
do think so. No,
Jerusalem
we
of
have
everyone hails toward. Everyone gets on their knees, hails towards Denver.
You know, I don't agree with this on TikTok. We have
Hails
a
towards the
client-
black box.
We have a client of ours who had on the owners of Zodiac House, and he said Denver is one of the best cities for music.
Oh.
It went viral, like almost a couple million views because people were saying "fuck that." No, it's not.
They said
It
Denver had no
100%
music in
is.
it.
I don't care what
Denver
anyone
has
says.
I know,
no
I know,
music.
I know.
Absurd.
I will.
Yeah, I said it.
This is a.
like
It's an official
maybe
protest. I
Yeah,
protest.
Can't wait. Give him a soapbox. I want to hear
love
it.
it. When I first moved out here, I had no idea what to expect, and there are so many venues that support local artists, touring artists, and the fans. I can't even express it. Like the support that we got when we came out to Denver, just people don't even know us.
Yeah.
They had no. They could care less about
People get
entertained.
jazzed for like.
I've noticed
this.
I noticed the difference.
Yep.
I've noticed the difference in our hometown. People went out for cheap drinks and then entertainment. People in Denver go out for entertainment and then drinks. It's a difference. It's a shift that I noticed specifically. I was like, wow. People
And
are
I
actually.
feel like Jacksonville's grown since then.
It has grown.
I'm
I'm not gonna flame them specifically, but like when
totally.
we were out,
People will be like $10 cover in Jacksonville. Like you're just like that's nothing here.
like everyone's like $10 cover cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like cash it. You know what I mean? Here it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like Denver is just it's been so loving, and we've met amazing people, and I really think it's a staple.
Yeah.
And I don't
For
care
sure.
what care what anyone says.
and-
Like the after scene, the community like, you know, of just ticket buyers in general.
Yep.
There's Facebook groups for people that are like, yo, what's new? What's hot? Like people are looking for the next like hot thing, you know, and then the next hot thing is a smaller artist, you know, it's like, it couldn't be a better place for smaller artists, in my opinion.
If you're already incubating, you move to the biggest incubator city.
I don't know.
You know?
I think it's very, living in Denver is very comforting as an artist.
And to answer your question fully, like we were, you know, we decided to be DJs well before actually being here in Denver. You know,
Sorry, we go on rants.
Yeah.
No.
No, I
like just to
love it.
round it out. To round it out.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, since I moved to Denver, that is different than I've lived so many places, but most notably, like New York City. There's so much to do in New York. And
Totally.
so, of course, music is a big thing there, but like in Denver,
more than just
it's
music.
what people are doing. It's like, what tickets have you bought for the summer?
Yep.
And then we see the artists come out, like even
Red
think
Rock
of like
season, you know, like the whole
literally.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll like in October for the next year be buying like 7 shows. But I'll even think of like local artists like Grizz and stuff. People like have an undying love, like the support, the love, and then just seeing people come up. Like people
His whole career was like basically like blossomed here. though.
Yeah.
It's,
You know,
it,
like
you know,
his move to Denver like made what he is now.
if you're smart
So,
about it, you can create like a cult-like following.
yeah,
yeah.
Totally.
In Denver.
yeah.
Isn't it funny though that this whole like I'm sorry to interrupt
No,
you, but
you're
like
fine.
the reel, everyone in the reel was like, Denver music sucks, venues suck, there's no
What?
music scene here.
Haters.
No, I swear to God, like that. I'm talking like 5,000 comments saying that, which we all know. Like you guys are in social media. If you get a
Keyboard
trigger,
warriors,
Yeah.
anything that gets haters is gonna go viral.
Dude, bring it on. Like none of them are showing up to the doorstep. You know what I mean?
I know,
It's literally,
exactly.
it's just keyboard
I'm more
warrior
affected
shit.
by people looking me in the face. Saying
They ain't
things
shit.
than
You know what I mean?
Comments on a fucking.
It's like
iPhone.
they ain't
Yeah.
shit. Like pull up, please.
Yeah, I mean, we say it all the time, but it's like, I think the people that say that Denver has no music, they're not going to shows, and then they're like, oh well, it's only EDM.
They're
Again,
Delulu.
They're still not, they're Delulu. They're
It's
still
not the
going to shows.
Salulu.
It's the same
Not
guys.
the Salulu. Delulu is not the Salulu.
I think it is the
I
Salulu.
In some instances.
You two laughing together is like I feel like I'm on acid a couple of times because your laugh is
Like-
the same.
Who's saying what?
There's one thing that we're identical with. It's our laugh. It's a very
God
identical
damn! No,
cackle.
it's something. We're really close in the the closet right now. I'm like, fuck. Like this is trippy.
You guys have. I was so excited for this. I think you guys have a great energy on stage, and like I was like on the podcast, like especially having gotten to know you guys a little bit. I was like, this is gonna be hilarious, like in the closet. You guys laugh at each other the whole time.
So are there any, it's going to be kind of two and you guys can decide which one you want to answer.
Okay.
But are there any like big White Buffalo venues or like White Buffalo like artists that you were just looking to work with or play at?
I'd love to play the Gorge.
Where is that?
The Gorge is in Oregon, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I actually don't know.
The
I don't
Gorge.
even know it, which is wild. I would
I
think
feel
that
like-
we would.
As venue wise,
Yeah.
I feel like MZG at MSG would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Like in the future, like
Fucking
dude,
MZG,
like
I'll pull
But
up
just
even
the
if
flyer
even if I don't
alone
get the
could be
artist
hilarious,
pass
dude.
backstage. I'll still pull up.
Yeah.
That'd be so
MZG
sick.
at MSG at some point in the future. I think like just overall the fact that it's just like a renowned place. To
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
The alliteration there.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
just- is just
a lot of
way
people
too good.
confuse us as MSG. Like MSG.
They're like MSG, yeah, like the fucking
Monosodium glutamate. Wait, how do you guys explain your sound? I'm going to completely interrupt my other question.
So
At this point now, it's trap.
I mean, it's
Trap.
trap. It's trap,
Okay.
but we also like because
But there's also twerk involved as well.
So we grew up.
So-
We grew up house parties, right? So it has a house party vibe. Acapellas of just
Yeah.
like familiar, like voices that you're that you've heard before,
blended with like new sounds.
blended with new sounds, trap, twerk, like just like kind of
And then-
like,
and then-
some
and then
some
bass.
And bass.
some ratchet shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some like good like ass throwing shit, and like that's like,
Ass throwing.
Ass throwing.
Nick
and
told me-
and
Booty
you know what?
shaking.
And but also like on the flip side, like we still have some like there's some very like musical elements to like our sound. Like on some tunes, I'll play guitar. Charles will play piano.
Yeah.
And we'll tease our roots of, you know, I was in a jam band. Charles plays piano, like that type of stuff. Like we'll tease that in and out of just.
I love that.
Of the rage.
Of the rage, and like just to remind people that, you know, of where things came from.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good contrast too, to go from like, I don't know, you have like a big like section of like music that's like really like you're getting into, and then it just like eases into something nice and like
The contrast is
and
beautiful.
harmonic.
Mhm.
You know, the contrast is really where we like, I don't know, focus. That's
love
a
that.
big part of our sound.
Okay.
Yeah. You said it was venues that you would play and then artists that you want to play with.
Yeah.
Dude, Troy Boy, and
That was a
Troy
big
Boy,
one for
Troy
us. So
Boy.
it's off the list. now.
We're in a text thread with him right now. So
Yeah.
like,
Hey.
Yeah,
it's-
things
it's-
are
Can we
going good
tease
there.
it, or you want us to cut that out?
No. Like, well, no, you.
Because
like,
I was like, we can bleep that.
we're talking like it's not
Okay.
like a it's.
Yeah,
you
it's,
know.
it's not some unknown thing.
But like these, like I will say,
We're photographed together.
Hey.
for, you know, like for the most part, you know, like collaborations that we've made happen have all been predicated on social interactions.
Cool.
And so, you know, it's really just the more hangs we have, the better, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's how we feel. We feel the same way. Like, you know, we have
Yeah.
like some producers back home in Florida that we just like, we know well, and then we're awesome. We're like tight with, and then we're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, let's make music together. And like, that's like, it's just the way it goes. So, you know, these things we're working on, but yeah.
That's exactly kind of how we are with like guests on our podcast. It's
Mhm.
like it's not just like who the biggest person that we can have on is. And,
Exactly.
Like let's have that
There's to be a
social
connection,
interaction,
yeah.
especially for this type of format where it's
Totally.
like let's drink in the closet is kind of like you know, you don't have
Let's
to
get
drink if you
familiar
don't want
enough to where we're like,
Yeah.
cool, let's get in the fucking
But, like,
closet.
you know,
the biggest
like-
closet in Denver.
But
Yeah.
even with our like roots and stuff like that, like I'd love to collaborate with like some like, you know, bands and stuff like that. Like, cause I have jam band roots
Same.
as well. And like, I love Fish.
Oh,
Like, it's one of my favorite bands.
Collaborating with fish, though.
What's that?
Collaborating with fish, though.
I'm not collaborating. I'm just saying, like, I what I was hinting at is like, you know, we're out there. Like, you know, let's
Yeah.
like, if we vibe as people, let's see what we can make.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I'm not like gonna sit here and judge it based off of the brand orientation. Of just,
Yeah.
But I feel like if to answer your question, like one big one, like if MZG and K Tronada could do something,
Yeah, yeah.
like that would be like it's like, you know, we got Troy Boy, and like at least we haven't collaborated, but we've like played a show with him. But like if we somehow managed to collaborate with K Tronada, like that
Yeah.
would be just
Yeah.
unreal.
I'd die happy at that point, like, or happier than I would die right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
He was quite the
Inspiration for
inspiration for us in the formative years in the early 2010s.
him and Mr. Carmack.
Yeah.
I don't
Mr.
know.
Carmack isn't the great one. The great one.
Not
Yeah.
a great one.
Mr. Carmack,
I
K
don't know.
Tronada,
I don't know.
MSG.
MSG.
Yeah.
And Troy Boy, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Or
look
the
it up.
Gorge. Yeah.
All right, you
should we
asked.
go
These
in?
are your questions.
These are my questions. Okay.
So this is a segment we do with all of our guests.
Let's
Fuck,
hear it.
Marry,
Let's
Kill.
go.
Fuck, marry, kill.
And we just
Did you
throw
get that
out
from
some
Lily?
shit.
It sounds like
That's a Lily question.
Who's
Sorry,
Lily?
it's our friend Austin, his girlfriend Lily, and like when we
Okay.
first met her, she was like, I didn't know who this girl was, and she was like, "Fuck, Murray, kill," and she
People
looked at
you
me.
know?
Yeah, no, she was like,
She was like,
she was like Austin, Joe, and Zach,
Zach.
and
like all of our
Oh,
close
I-
friends.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
like,
all of our close
I'm like,
friends.
woman, what are you doing right now? I just met you.
I'm just like, can we get a lobotomy for over here? Like, Jesus Christ. Lobotomy,
good.
please.
Wait,
so-
funny.
Let's hear
What'd
it.
you say? No, I'm kidding. Well, that first question is gonna be like
Bonus
easy
DVD
mode,
features.
Easy mode.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck, marry, kill. House music, bass music, techno.
I'm gonna marry house music.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill techno.
Okay.
I'm gonna fuck bass music.
Okay.
I'm gonna marry house music. I will fuck techno.
Oh, okay.
and I will kill bass music.
Wow.
I think I agree with you
Yeah.
on that one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Bass
But
music's like my heart and
I
soul.
know for Jessica
Yeah.
to marry bass music.
Yeah.
But it's like a good kill, you know, like a passionate,
right.
like a
Okay,
kill
like
of
a
passion,
Romeo and
you know?
Juliet, like
You know?
star-crossed lovers.
It's like a
type kill.
crime of passion kill.
It's like a choke kill.
Yeah, yeah. You're
Like
just
you
like
watch it
I just like want to watch the life like just
Drain out of
just
its
watch
eye.
it drain.
Because I loved it so much.
I have
so
so
much.
many
Hate it
feelings
so
right now. I'm taking this so seriously. I'm noting this.
All right, next one. Well, this is funny
That was
because you
intense
actually
for
do
me.
know these people, but like,
Okay.
it was in my mind. I wasn't thinking that you actually do know them, but it's ironic
it's
that you just said
personal.
like I know these people. It's like, what are you doing here? Okay, you're gonna want to lobotomize me after this. Okay. Fuck, marry,
Second
kill the Denver Biggies, which is Grizz, Pretty Lights, Big Gigantic.
I'm gonna marry Big Gigantic.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's
So
just,
I'm Mary Big J because they put us on so hard.
yeah, this is gonna be a unified.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
like
So
you're
we're
getting
married.
you're getting
We're
down.
marriage. Okay, and then
Mary.
what were the
Okay.
other two?
Grizz, Pretty Lights, Big Gigantic.
Okay, so
Oh,
we're marrying Big Gigantic.
We're marrying Big Gigantic. We're
So
fucking Grizz,
fucking Grizz.
and then we're killing
Pretty
Lights.
Lights. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
unified. Wow.
Easy.
Okay.
Yep.
Done.
Done.
We approve this message. We as the Saucy Sibz approve this message.
Yeah.
Light work.
Oh.
The Black Panther's
You ever gotten drunk in the closet?
the Panther's like.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary if you stare at it. Imagine doing acid and staring at this.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
I mean, it looks like an acid sheet, honestly, but just like
It does.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But
I mean, what
Is
a
it
square?
No, but like I've actually had thoughts about this. Is it like aggressive? Is it excited?
No,
it's
it's great.
just screaming.
It's
It's
just
just
like-
a screaming tiger.
I mean, honestly, if someone was like, "Hey, would you like a tab of acid off of this sheet?" If this was like,
It's Gucci.
shrunk down, beautiful.
So if 10 tigers was like a hit, then it's be like, oh, I did like 4 tigers. Like,
if someone handed me an,
I did
More of a
4
hit.
Gucci tigers.
if there was an acid tab with a Black Panther on it, I'd be like, "Well,
I gotta do it now.
this is for the plot."
Sometimes I've seen those like those TikToks that are like, don't do it. Don't do this for the plot. Like this one's not for you. Like it'll be like a TikTok that like suggests something to girls, and then someone will stitch it and they'll be like, that's not for you. That's not for you, girl.
This is
No.
this is-
That's you're
no.
gonna spiral.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that's all our questions.
I know that's it.
I know.
Is that a wrap?
Is that a wrap?
Yeah.
It's a pleasure, both of you.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
It's
No,
absolutely-
thanks
so
for
much
hanging
for coming
out.
on.
What are
This
we
is
doing
awesome.
tonight?
I
I'm
know.
going to bed. I do have meetings in the morning, but like
gotta get some
now I got a good
eat.
buzz.
I'd rather
I know, I
eat.
got a
Food?
buzz.
Food?
I got a buzzly going.
Mhm.
We'll talk about it later. What's
There
the-
have actually been so many it's kind of annoying of us like podcasts that we end with like, all right, well, we gotta go out. So like, bye.
yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
We're stepping out. See ya.
So we'll plug all of your guys' shit
Okay.
at
Yep.
the bottom.
Appreciate you.
Obviously, follow them. We'll have all their links
At
here.
MZG Music,
At MZG Music.
mzgmusic.com. There's a .com. We're boomers. Well,
Ooh.
.comers.
Oh.
we're .comers.
Yep.
Or-
.comers. Hey.
Or
What it sounded like you had a thought.
we're
I did,
millennial.
but
We're
it
millennial .comers.
We're commies.
Commies.
Oh, no, they're
No,
Floridians.
no, Floridians.
Yeah,
Even worse.
right? All right, we gotta go. We love you guys.
All right.
Love you guys.
Bye, guys.
Cheers.